Task 5. You are given an incomplete view of a section through a foundation wall and slab and of a non-load bearing wall. So this wall is your internal wall inside of the house. It's not carrying any load. There is no hatching detail on this view at the moment. So you are going to redraw this view as it is. Then you put the hatching. Copy to scale 1:10. So every dimension given here must be divided by 10. The complete section through the given foundation, wall, slab of a non-load bearing wall. There's your wall. This is your slab. Everything here is your slab. Right. Now you must include the following at the end. Okay. Obviously you're going to use your page. You must have hatching details according to SENS 10.0143, according to how we've shown in the previous pages. You must show DPC. You must have the foundation and wall dimensions. You must have the drawing labeled, and you must have the scale. So I'm going to take you through this now as to how to do this, but this one here is much more quicker compared to the first one, which is your load bearing wall, because we've already done the load bearing wall. So now I'm going to take you through this. Now, obviously, you're going to divide everything by 10. Now, there's your foundation. That's 1. That's your foundation. Today, I don't want to hatch this thing immediately. Then, they give you the height of 450. So you go up first, you go up. I'm going to leave a gap here because I'm using a pen. Draw up, and then you draw up. Right. And then here, this is actually your ground level. That is your ground level, or also known as NGL. Right. Then you put in your concrete slab. Concrete slab cuts through the wall. So I want to stop here for now and say, actually, when they lay the foundation, this is what is done. These walls are now going up. Therefore, they have nothing here at the moment. They have nothing. Then, this, in other words, let me just do this and say this would have been your anti-stepped earth. This would have been your anti-stepped earth. This will be your anti-stepped earth. Right. Then above your anti-stepped earth is what we call your hardcore fill. That's why we use this angle. Likewise here. Likewise here. So what we said is that here they would have put DPM, dam-proof membrane, across this floor. Right to the end. And then they will put the wire mesh on this, on top of this. Then they put in your floor slab. Then they put in the floor slab. Now that's how you get your floor slab to be like that, and then cutting the wall like that. Then they lay the wall above the concrete slab. So we're going to do our zigzag line here, showing the break-in continuity. Likewise on this side, we're going to show our break-in continuity, right? Likewise on this side, break-in continuity, right? So now we have our concrete slab. Then let us do the hatching on the concrete slab. Done. Do the same thing on your foundation. Done. Then let's do the hatching of the wall. 2 parallel lines. Common break. Now, we said here we're supposed to have, just above that, we're supposed to have our screed, which is 25 millimeters, which will be 2.5, round off that 2.5, it gives you 3. This is what then happens when you draw your screed, right? It touches the wall. This is what happens on your screed. It then says the screed is done after the walls have been completed on top of your concrete slab. All right. Therefore, now we're going to include our dimensions. 45, 45. This is 440 for this what we are doing. But that remains, the height remains the same as what? As 200. That remains as 200. But then on top here, the wall is no longer 220, but is now 110, because this now means it's just this brick here alone, like that. That's how you get your 110. All right. Then of course, yes.
So isn't the base side meant to be 220 soon?
Sorry, 220. Thank you for that. 220 in this one here.
Sure.
Yes, thank you for that. That's 220. So then we will put a label here, right? Section through a non-load bearing wall. All right, that's what you do for your label in this case here. Then your scale of 1 is to 10 remains there. All right. Then here we need to show our FL, showing that this is your finished floor level. Now, this is to separate between the bedroom and the lounge. Therefore, our label here must still be the same. FL. We've got to have labels on both sides, right? You see, this line here represents your ground level. But in terms of this label here, we don't label this inside here when we do the actual house. But we use the label on the outside, which is here, right? We don't put the labels anywhere here, because it means from the previous one, it means now we're saying GL here, and that's wrong for me. Rather the GL here. Okay, forget about that, the GL there. That's wrong for me because now it's inside. Our label must be outside, on the outside all the time. As you can see also on this one here, the label is on the outside. You don't see me putting label here on the inside, all right? So you must always remember that the label is on the outside. The DPC is on the outside, because this is the DPC, all right, outside. What you notice that is FFL is still there, all right? But now let us look at this one here now. So here we don't have what we call DPC. This one here is your DPM, dam-proof membrane. This is laid on or on top of your hardcore fill. But when it comes to DPC, dam-proof cores, now remember this wall here is your cores draw, is your what you call brick causes. There's another one on top of that, there's another one on top of that as you go up. So your DPC comes here only, not on the entire thing, which is why then we don't label here DPC. We don't do this. All right. Basically, this is what you are required to do on task 5. And of course, with all the dimensions that they've asked you to do. The hatching we've done, the label we have done, the foundation to wall dimensions that's done, I haven't done all, and the scale. So this is how we answer our internal wall, or also known as your non-load bearing wall that becomes dark. Please take note of these here. Please take note of that. That it's your screed that goes up by 25 and it hits the wall. It doesn't go through the wall, but it's the slab that goes through the wall. So that's how we do our load-bearing wall, non-load bearing wall.